Hey there, gang. This is White Panther coming to you from Tucson, Arizona with episode 15. My goodness, episode 15 of volume 2 of our video series, Inside the Panther's Lair. Today we'll be talking about it's technically a song, yes. We'll be talking about Wild Side today. Let me give you a little bit of background. I had mentioned from the first volume that I was fortunate enough to have been asked to participate in a 2 CD set that was used to benefit the victims of the January 8th shooting here in Tucson. Mr. Rob Current, once again, bless you, my friend, for putting yourself out there and organizing that. Anyway, as I got involved in the project, I got to know some of the other artists that were involved who had contributed. And there's one gal in particular. Oh, she's just adorable. Lori Richardson. Sweet, sweet gal. Has a jewel-like quality to her voice. And I've been listening to some of her music online. And she had been posting up on Facebook that she had been asked to do a performance on a local access show here in Tucson, the Duke and Cat Show. Duke and Cat are this incredible couple, really, really sweet people. Hardest working folks I've run into. They've got multiple businesses going here in town, promoting local talent. Their slogan is there are no limits, and God bless them. They have come so far in a short period of time that I've gotten to know them, and they most recently got their show syndicated to the CW, locally here in Tucson. So the Duke and Cat, bless you, very, very well deserved. So coming full circle, I had been watching some of Lori's posts, and she mentioned that she was going to be doing the Duke and Cat show. And not too long after that, Cat was starting up her very own local access show. Called Walk on the Wild Side with Cat. And she put some feelers out there if there were any artists interested in participating. And I thought, what the heck? What do we got to lose? I was still kind of... it was early on in the songwriting process. I think I had only written, I want to say somewhere around 150 songs at that point. Yeah, early on in the process. But I was still living out in the sticks, so we took a ride into the local access studio here in Tucson one evening, and we sat down and we talked about the songwriting, and I got to chat with some of the other folks that were possibly going to be doing the show. And in discussing, the songwriting with Kat, she half jokingly, so well, maybe you could write a theme song for the show. And she didn't know better. She didn't know me at that particular point in time. She does now. But you can't put something like that out in front of me, especially when I was in songwriting mode the way I was and continue to be. So I kind of got an idea, kind of let it bounce around in my head a little bit. And the show is it's about stuff that grown-ups can do around town when they leave the kids at home with babysitters. There's some content that's a little more adult themed. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. We're not watching the Playboy channel. But it was definitely a show that was not going to be one for the kids to be watching late at night. And I don't think I made it back home after our meeting before I had most of the song written. At the time, I had my trusty BlackBerry. I have since graduated to the iPhone. Never thought I would do that. But I had the trusty BlackBerry handy, so I busted it out, and I kind of did an a cappella rendition of the song and forwarded it on to her, and she seemed very interested. She liked it. So I don't think it was 2 weeks, if it was even a week after that, that I went into the studio and sat down with George, and we put a little extra time and TLC into laying this one down. We wanted something catchy. We wanted it to be a jingle. So we kind of tried. I think we came pretty darn close to keeping this to 90 seconds so that it could be played during the intro and the outro to the show. The interview segment of my appearance on the show is up on Reverb Nation. Just scroll on down through the, good God, we're getting up there with the number of videos. There's got to be close to 50 of them up there, in addition to the other 100 plus songs that we've got up there. But if you're interested in seeing the interview, it went very well. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But the day that I first went to the TV studio to shoot the show, we had kind of queued stuff up, and there was another act that was doing a mic check before we actually started rolling. And instead of playing their music so that they could do their sound check, they started playing the backing track, the one without vocals, because I was planning on singing the song for them for the opening of the show. And to see these two guys up on stage just dancing and getting down to the groove, the look of absolute shock on their face when they asked Kat who wrote this, and she's there pointing to me and sitting in the back row. And they're like, "The Cowboy, really?" But anyway, it's not a country song, but it's got some slide that sounds like lap steel. It's got a really good groove. It's really catchy. It will get caught in your head. So the intro that I'm giving you to the song is probably going to be 4 times the full length of the song. But I did want to give you an idea of what went into recording this. It was the very first song, if I have to be honest, very first song that I ever kind of, for lack of a better description, wrote on purpose. First time I ever sat down and said, okay, I'm going to write this song. So, first one was for you, Kat. I'm glad you like it. She even shot a little video that she's using as a teaser going into the show. I was very flattered. So, with all of that, here comes a very short song after a very long intro for Wildside. If you're in the Tucson area, who knows, with the way things are going, they may even get syndicated nationwide shortly. On Access Tucson, it's on Cox Cable, it's on Comcast. You can catch the show on dukeandcat.com, live streaming all over the place. These guys are very industrious, and they're very, very good at what they do, and they are the warmest, most wonderful people. So it was very, it felt good being able to do this for them. And I had so much fun doing it. I know you people hear me say that all the time. I have way too much fun in the studio, but it's the God's honest truth. And I swear to you, at some point in time, when I get a really good, fun, bouncy, up-tempo number, I'm going to bring a video crew in there. We're going to tape an entire session from beginning to end so you see how the whole thing goes down. But in the meantime, this is White Panther telling you, as always, to keep music in your hearts. And again, as always, may God bless you. Enjoy the wild side.
Well, come on and take a walk on the wild side with Kat. Now this show ain't gonna be one for the kiddies. Can you all wrap your minds around that? Now there may be some dance and there may be some song, but you'll be talking about this here show all week long. So come take a walk on the wild side with Kat. Well, come on and take a walk on the wild side with Kat. Now this show ain't gonna be one for the kiddies. Can you all wrap your minds around that? Now there may be some dance and there may be some song, but you'll be talking about this here show all week long. So come take a walk on the wild side